Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, December 5th, 2022. And here in Wasilla, Alaska, it is 23 degrees, lightly snowing. You might be able to see that in the background in my window. And the sun is going to go down shortly. We're under 6 hours of daylight every day. So just to prove the rumors wrong that it's dark 24 hours a day, it's not. We just have a very, very short day here. And during this short day, I spent part of it looking at different news articles and items of information. And I think it might be timely to look at a Republican and just get a little clarity on what the universe has to say about them. I'm speaking of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, alt media is reporting that she was aware of and even involved with the recent attempt to have a disastrous and well-publicized meal with between Ye and Mr. T and his +1 guest. That was all part of a plan to be able to say they had misgivings about Mr. T and publicly start to put support other places. Now, that's just a rumor. Let's take a look at some other stuff I found as I was looking. Okay, first of all, Miss Greene, when she was campaigning for election the first time, was a big 17 supporter, and the 17 community was a lot of the reason that she was elected. Now, then we had the 2020 election, and all of a sudden, even though Georgia has got some huge issues with their election and balloting processes, all of a sudden it wasn't her responsibility to look into that. It was state officials. She was federal. Now, that makes me wonder. There's some other things I noticed too. Let me show you. First of all, .co.uk reporting Marjorie Taylor Greene had a very lackluster reception at a parade walk just this last weekend. She's not as well liked in her home state as she formerly was. Does this have to do with her lack of support, with her unwillingness to investigate balloting integrity? I don't know. Also, BusinessInsider.com reports that Marjorie Taylor Greene, she boasts about being unjabbed herself, but owns stock in all three of the major jab makers. It's pretty hard to go after someone you're making a profit from. Now, she is trying to throw her support for the Speaker of the House to Kevin McCarthy, who is here. This is from Stu Peters. He is listed as one of the Republicans who was willing and accepted money from FTX, which was our tax money laundered through the Ukraine, or from the Sam Bankman-Fried. So she's supporting this man. Now, without going into details, currently her personal life is very, very messy, which that's her business, okay? But it does, a messy personal life makes you susceptible to being controlled, to being blackmailed, to being compromised. So let's find out between these questionable investments. And by the way, MTG seems to be such a big wheeler and dealer with stocks that she may actually end up being, at least as far as stock portfolios and trading and what have you, she may be the Republican and younger version of Nancy Pelosi. I hate to say it, but it may be true. Let's find out with the cards, though. So our question to the cards is going to be, we would like to know just what the universe has to advise us about the person seen in the public eye as Marjorie Taylor Greene, or MTG, and advice about efficacy and trustworthiness as an elected official. Let's see. Okay, universe, what do you want us to know about the person seen in the public eye as MTG, as an elected official, her efficacy and trustworthiness? We'd like some information and insights, please. Nine of Cups, Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, the Hierophant. Okay, so MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is being shown as the Nine of Cups, who's pretty well darn happy with himself right now. Okay, so she's pretty pleased with herself. She thinks she has covered any tracks and explained for any controversies quite well. Okay, we're getting a little more information here on that outlook because we were saying, tell us about her, insights, information, and what can we look for as far as her efficacy and reliability as an elected official. We have the Queen of Wands showing up here. And the Queen of Wands is one of accomplishment and optimism. So again, she's very pleased with herself, okay? She feels like she has done enough good with her position and power that she can be excused for things that haven't been good and beneficial. For platforms she starts off endorsing and then changes her mind on, or then does an about face. For political figures who support her, and then she removes that support. So she's feeling like, though, that's her right. She's able to do it. Now, granted, yes, as a free citizen, you have the right to change your mind, especially as more information comes out. But in the political arena, you don't change dance partners. You don't do it lightly, and you don't do it for anything but the best reasons that any constituent could understand. Okay, in the present time, we've got her turning away from some of her current courses of action. We knew that. There are platforms she is not supporting that she used to, communities that she now wants to be disengaged from. And I think it's quite possible, looking ahead, that part of the reason she's not too anxious to look into shenanigans with balloting is because she has benefited from it. Okay, so we got the Page of Cups, though. Page of Cups is actually a pretty positive card, okay? Even can indicate a pleasant surprise, okay? But there's not very good cards on either side of this Page of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups here. She's very self-absorbed and not too concerned about other people. So we're talking about a very selfish individual who has, she puts MTG first, okay? Always and forever. And she has been compromised by the deep state, okay? Yeah, we're kind of being told not to worry about it. Let's see. Okay, there's going to be some upcoming strife. She's not out of the woods yet, controversy-wise. She's still got a lot of splaining to do, okay? And ultimately, though, we, her constituents, the people of America, she's going to be dealt with in some way, especially in regards to this. So we may have an MTG 2.0 going on, or even a 3.0 at some point. I'm not seeing indication of that yet, but that doesn't, anytime we get this card going on, any negative possibility is still on the table because we have cabal deep state going on. So it looks like MTG has lost some of her support in her home state. She may be needing shenanigans to retain her foothold in the political structures. Her personal life has left her open for compromise. Her investments have left her open for compromise. And so I think actions speak louder than words. Okay, so she can talk about having this faith system and that faith system, but it's her actions that are deciding this. And it looks like the subject of repeated controversy as she is fairly justified. So let's keep an eye on her, okay? Hopefully, I mean, she's pretty happy with what she's doing. Let's hope that her constituents are, and that in time, our world will have people, first of all, a much smaller government, and people that do have functions in government that are logical and ethical, and their actions align with their words without any issues at all, because that's how we're supposed to be living. And if we're not, we need to get there. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate that you spent some of it with me. And I hope this Monday evening or Tuesday morning, and whichever it is that you this goes up and you catch it, I hope whenever you do, this finds you on the mend if you haven't been well, and feeling hopeful and feeling joy and love, because that's what we were created for. And it's absolutely okay to feel those things, even in this crazy, complicated, messed up world. Even with the war not quite over yet, it's still okay to be positive. It's okay to feel love. It's okay to feel joy. So give yourself those permissions. And above all, remember, fear is a useless emotion. So let's just get rid of that always. Until next time, goodbye.